Hello and welcome to the Ask Dr. Ben podcast. I'm your host, Ben Johnson. As a holistic-minded physician, I've spent the last 20 years looking outside the box and conducting research to find the true causes of skin conditions and other diseases. And while the focus of my work has been on aesthetic medicine and unlocking the secrets to reversing skin damage, this podcast will also include many other exciting revelations pertaining to you and your family's health and well-being. So let's get started. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the Ask Dr. Ben podcast, covering the subject of the 10 most dangerous health and beauty supplements. The 10 most dangerous health and beauty supplements. If you have yet to see part 1, please go back and check out part 1, because some of the explanations I gave, I won't give in the same detail and length in part 2, but I will say this. It's some of your favorite supplements that are on the no-no list, and it is not a joke. We say it's dangerous because they can result in medical conditions that doctors will diagnose. They will tell you they're lifetime conditions you can do nothing about, and they'll put you on medications that are known to be harmful to the body for a long time, and all you had to do really was stop taking that supplement that you were taking that created the condition and address the side effects of that supplement. So if you missed the first 5 lists, the first 5 lists included collagen supplements. Collagen supplements causing mucus and candida. Probiotics of all kinds, not prebiotics. Certain prebiotics are good. Like our Recovery is, I think, the best prebiotic on the market. Again, it won't fit in to most of the internet commentary on what a good prebiotic is. And again, my statements don't fit into the internet and what they say about probiotics. Most people think they're good. They're not good. Magnesium. A lot of people think there's a shortage of magnesium. There's not a shortage of magnesium in most people in the world today. If you have constipation, sleep problems, or anxiety, or twitching muscles, cramping muscles, it's not a magnesium shortage. It is something else. And magnesium, when you take it, causes mucus accumulation, and mucus accumulation leads to eczema, psoriasis, Candida acne, which is upper face acne, allergies, blackheads, congested skin. Number 4 on that list was B12. You can do IV B12, but oral B12, whether it's methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin, will cause an increase of Candida in your body or a change to your Candida. I don't know the mechanism. I don't understand why. If B12 is in your liver extract, which is in our Regenerate, it doesn't cause it. But when you take it as a supplement, it causes it. And it's just an observation I've seen over thousands of cases. The B12, some B12, cyanocobalamin in particular, can cause H. pylori. Again, H. pylori is an epigenetic change. It's not an infection, in my opinion. It's a change of your microbiome to a bad form of a bacteria that we have identified as H. pylori. And it looks like redness around the nostrils or down the upper side of my mustache here. On the upper side, it kind of comes in that kind of a wave. And watch out for it, because it's an epidemic right now. It's an absolute epidemic. And then, of course, you have symptoms of H. pylori, which you can Google, but it's like acid reflux, heartburn, and other stuff. And then the number 5 on that list was calcium. Again, calcium is oversold, I think overhyped, and not as great as we think, but it causes mucus, and so it causes all those mucus-related things in the gut. Okay, so we are now on to number 6 of the most dangerous health and beauty supplements in the world today. And then number 6, minerals. You might be like, well, what? Minerals? Minerals are like good for me. Like, minerals run the system. Like, of course we need minerals. What are we supposed to do if we're mineral deficient? Are we not mineral deficient? And the answer is almost no one is mineral deficient. Do you know how you become mineral deficient? Number 1 cause. Number 1, reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis, because it removes the minerals from water, and water is our number 1 source of minerals. And so if you're constantly drinking RO water that doesn't remineralize the water, which, a fair number of systems do. I'm not saying all RO. But the problem with the remineralization of RO water is it almost always has, I think I'm going to go with always has chlorine in the add back. So here you are clearing out all the toxins of your water, and then you're throwing back in minerals and chlorine. So I don't have a problem with remineralized RO for any other reason than it's not the same. It's just not good water for you. And people think RO water is the best water. It's not. The best water you can drink is spring water. Take that to the bank. Spring water, highly mineralized, and your body reuses minerals all the time. So it's hard for your body to go in shortage with minerals in the first place. And in the second place, you get it from food and water. You don't need mineral supplementation. So what happens when people take mineral supplementation? They develop Candida. And I don't know, again, the exact mechanism for all these things. I just know my observations after reviewing all these thousands of cases I reviewed over the last decade plus, where I'm personally involved in analyzing the skin and what happens to it and why they're not getting better when we're trying to treat the sources of their problems. And what I've determined is minerals are never good. Minerals are never good. Now, I even used to have minerals in my elixirs, and I had to stop that because minerals have bugs in them. And so when you buy a mineral concentrate, it's not growing bugs because of the nature of the concentrate. Like bugs can't grow in a dense mineral environment. But when you dilute them in water or in the human body, those bugs can grow. So there's seeds, there's what do I want to say? Fungal spores is what I guess was the word I was looking for. Spores in there. Listen, after trying to work with minerals for a few years and doing the most aggressive forms of trying to kill the bugs and the minerals and still not being able to kill them, I can tell you right now, mineral supplements are just not a good idea for that reason. I'm also going to lump in that category electrolytes because a lot of electrolyte formulas are also showing to cause Candida. Again, I don't know the exact mechanism. I don't know if it has to do with these spores. I don't know if it's just raw mineral solution going right on top of a Candida cell and changing it for some reason. I wish I could tell you, but I can tell you that I have to get people off of it in order for them to get better. And so that's how I know. So I would advise you to stop taking your mineral solution, stop taking your electrolyte solution. As I told you in my part 1, you can email me at drbennett@osmosisbeauty and I will personally tell you if your minerals are messing you up or any of your other supplements. But again, don't come to me if you're just on supplements and you don't have skin issues or health issues. Come to me for your skin and health issues. I'm happy to help you. But send me your list of supplements and medications because almost always I've got to make an adjustment there. And that's why we're doing this list. These suckers are dangerous. Dangerous. So mineral solutions, every kind. Now, is taking mineral-rich water? No. Mineral-rich water is not a problem. Like if you're getting artesian water that's high in minerals and therefore alkaline, that's great water. That's a great source of minerals. Do that. If you're taking, well, I don't know elsewhere you're taking minerals. That's not a supplement that you might be looking for. But yeah, the minerals in your foods, obviously not a problem. So, number 7 on the list. Number 2 today. Ashwagandha. Ashwagandha. Now, I pick ashwagandha because, guys and gals, there's a hormone epidemic going on in this world today. There are so many toxic chemicals that resemble our hormones that are distorting our hormones. They're called hormone disruptors. They're called xenoestrogens. I call them estrogen toxins, but that's not the perfect word because when I say somebody is estrogen toxic, sometimes they think, oh, I have too much estrogen. The opposite is true. Generally speaking, if your body is full of chemicals that resemble estrogen, your body will make less of your natural estrogen. This is causing people to go into early menopause. This is causing fertility crisis. This is causing menstrual irregularities. This is causing cysts on the ovaries and facial hair. This is causing anxiety and depression. This is causing sleep issues and other menopausal issues like, sweating and temperature regulation. All of it is being caused by chemicals that resemble estrogen, and that is the main chemical. There are very few chemicals that resemble testosterone or what are called androgenic disruptors. Mercury is one I know of. But yes, so they're everywhere. They're in your food preservatives, which are not listed on the labels of foods. One of the worst offenders there is on the list, so I won't even go into it right now. But we have ashwagandha being used to help people with their hormone symptoms. It's in so many different supplements, and it seems benign. You would think it's not a problem, but it turns out that it promotes Candida. So again, all those Candida conditions I've been mentioning are promoted by the presence of ashwagandha. Now, if you're not Candida prone, because you were blessed with a microbiome where the Candida is not very reactive, or because your diet's so darn good that you're not Candida prone, then you might be on ashwagandha and not have any side effects whatsoever. And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Been on ashwagandha for 5 years. I don't have a problem. Yes, you are a rare, lucky minority. If you are Candida prone, meaning you have those Candida conditions, again, eczema of the face, perioral dermatitis, yeast infections, constipation, eczema, psoriasis, syringoma, sebaceous hyperplasia. Like there's a long list of conditions I've identified to be Candida conditions. Then you will not want to be on ashwagandha. It will make it so you don't respond to my approaches to target Candida, and it will make it so that it comes back, even if we do clear you and you get started on it. So really important to just rule that out. So sorry. Now, if you have hormone symptoms, we've got supplements like hormone relief elixir. Unbelievable, very popular, an excellent choice. Skin defense elixir, which targets these toxins in your body to remove them so that your body will naturally make your natural hormones, which is really what you want. Remember, early menopause is not built into your genetics. It's an environmental cause that sometimes is related to taking birth control pills for a lot of years, but mostly it's related to being exposed to chemicals that resemble estrogen, pesticides, food preservatives, lithium, and on the medication side, they're everywhere. They're in all our foods. It's awful. Okay. By the way, if you're in Europe, lucky you, because the Europeans have way less exposure to this stuff. Turns out these estrogen chemicals make you fat. They're the number one reason. They're sometimes called obesogens. They're making you fat. So you want to be on our skin defense. You want to help work on weight loss that way. You want to be on our hormone relief if you have menopausal symptoms, and you want to stay away from ashwagandha. So check your multivitamin, check your hormone supplement, whatever they're doing out there. And that leads me to the next one, which is multivitamins. Multivitamins, again, am I hitting a list of the big ones or not? I mean, how many people take a multivitamin? Like, of course I should take a multivitamin. My body needs more vitamins. Of course I should take a multivitamin. My body needs whatever other things they might put in that multivitamin. The problem with multivitamins today, the number one problem is, and this is especially true of prenatal vitamins. Do you know the number of women who are getting pregnant and to take prenatal vitamins to either get pregnant or when they're pregnant, and those vitamins cause them to get acne or perioral dermatitis or rosacea, all from Candida, a lot of times because of their prenatal vitamin. So let me tell you the bad things in a prenatal vitamin. The number one bad thing in a prenatal vitamin, retinol. So vitamin A, unless your multivitamin has beta carotene as their vitamin A, which is fine. Beta carotene, 100% thumbs up. Every other form of vitamin A, if it is in your product, it is causing harm to your microbiome, and it will promote Candida. It might even promote H. pylori, and I don't think vitamin A promotes mucus. So Candida and H. pylori from vitamin A. Vitamin B. Most vitamin Bs are fine. You want to take a vitamin B supplement? You could do it. It can have vitamin B12 in it though. No B12. I don't really find any other big red flags with the B vitamins other than B12. Cannot take that, okay? Vitamin C. Spoiler alert, that's number 10. So I'm going to hold off on telling you about vitamin C, but let's just say no more than 250 milligrams a day of vitamin C, or you will cause mucus. Okay, next thing, vitamin D is fine. Vitamin D is good. Now, I think the best way to do vitamin D is to do our Regenerate, where we have the max daily dose that you would want, and you get it in your liver extracts, so you're getting bioavailability, you're getting vitamin K, you're getting what you need in your vitamin D supplement. I recommend Regenerate because it does so much more than just provide vitamin D. But vitamin D is good in a multi, but then the multis get a little crazy and they start adding fruit extracts. Most of those tend up being bad. Different reasons. They might end up adding probiotics in the multivitamin. Always bad. Told you that earlier on part one. Probiotics, always bad. They might add some greens things. Some could be good. Some could be bad. The more busy and lengthy the list is on that multivitamin, the more the increase of it being a bad multi goes up. So what I would recommend is take a B vitamin if you want a B vitamin. Again, I think we get most of our vitamins in food, and most of us do not have a shortage. That's a misunderstanding, but get your B vitamins in food if you want. We have a lot of B vitamins in our Elevate. If you want to get it from Elevate, it's a very targeted way to get your vitamins. But don't get B12. Get your A vitamin is beta carotene. We have that in our Skin Aid, but you don't need to, so you don't need to take it in any other form. You cannot take it in any other form or it will cause harm. Vitamin E is generally fine to take, but you really don't want to megadose that. And then a lot of times they might have antioxidants. Listen, CoQ10 is great. You can get that in our Elevate. Glutathione's great. You can get that in our Skin Defense and our Regenerate. There's a lot of different antioxidants that are fine. You just don't ever want to megadose antioxidants, and I'll explain that in my vitamin C conversation. Okay, number 9 on the list of the most dangerous health and beauty supplements to avoid, pea protein. And you know what I'm just realizing to myself? Pea protein, whey protein, milk-based protein, collagen protein, a lot of the forms of protein that are on the market today are toxic to the body. Soy protein, am I forgetting any? But let's start with pea protein. It's the most shocking. It is the most dangerous of them all because it contains 99% of the time. Yes, I've found 1 or 2 pea protein supplements in review of hundreds of them that didn't have a toxic effect. I didn't keep them in my brain. It doesn't matter. Pea protein is actually proven to be a terrible source of protein. Your body doesn't absorb it very well. So you should not even be thinking about pea protein if you're trying to supplement your protein. Go check out the studies. Pea protein is one of the least bioavailable proteins out there. It contains estrogenic chemical toxins in the form of some kind of preservative. And I don't even know what it is, but it causes acne right here. Right here. And if you eat a lot of pea protein, you have horrible acne right here. And that same toxin that causes acne right here targets your ovaries. So a ton of people on pea protein develop cystic ovaries, also known as PCOS. Avoid pea protein. It'll cause early menopause. It'll cause obesity. It'll cause cysts on the ovary. It'll cause, which is obviously going to have pain and menstruation. And so you just want to avoid it. And everything, always check. If you're eating a protein bar and it says, oh, there's like 8 different proteins and one of them's pea protein, it's a no. It's always a no. You don't need those toxins. Again, there are obesogens. They make you fat. They don't just hurt your ovaries and your hormone system and cause acne. So I can't tell you the number of people who get this jawline acne and their doctor puts them on spironolactone, which is a complete disruptor of your normal hormones. And they put you on all the other antibiotics and all the other things that are harmful to you. If you have jawline acne, the first thing you want to do is, do I eat pea protein in anything? Yes, that's smoothie where you're applying a scoop of protein, not a good idea. Now, I also mentioned milk-based proteins. Milk-based proteins are very mucus promoting. They oftentimes are the cause of acne in the upper face. We've talked about the Candida conditions, perioral dermatitis, eczema, psoriasis. They are a problem. Avoid those. Now, I have found that whey isolate can be tolerated by most. So I'm going to give a tentative okay to whey protein that is just the isolate of the whey protein. That seems to not be mucus promoting. So I can give a pass on that. There are, beef proteins, egg proteins seem to be fine. I talk a lot about hemp protein is a good source of protein and safe, but most of the milk-based stuff you gotta stay far away from, and you will be a very happy person. All right, final one on the list, number 10, is vitamin C. Again, one of the most popular supplements taken. Now, you can take regular vitamin C, you can take liposomal vitamin C. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the amount of vitamin C. So as long as you take less than 250 milligrams a day, there's not very much mucus formation from it. Now, why does vitamin C cause mucus formation in the gut? It appears to be an irritant. Kind of like if you put too much vitamin C on your skin, it causes irritation, right? Same thing is true when you take it internally. So you're welcome to take 250 milligrams. I think vitamin C is good. Obviously, we have to have it in our diets, right? So I think it's good. But most people make the mistake of taking 1,000 milligrams, 500 milligrams, or even more. And they're taking those little C packets powders with citric acid all over the place in those powders. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Mucus forming. Remember, citric acid bad. Citric acid bad in all forms. So vitamin C is bad for that reason. Now, there's a second reason why it's bad. And if you follow my podcast, you've heard me talk about it. Vitamin C is often taken for colds, for viral infections, for general immunity. I didn't get the confetti this time, so I don't know what I did last time to get the confetti. Anyway, people take it for their immunity. Hard no on that, guys. Hard no on that. Again, 250 milligrams is fine. Once you go above that, you are now putting out free radicals in your body that are the good free radicals. Not all free radicals are bad. Your immune system is full of the good free radicals. Your cells are full of the good free radicals. It takes free radicals for your body to run. It takes free radicals for your body to kill viruses and bacteria and fungi and mold. And so if you take more than 250 milligrams of C, and this is true of a lot of powerful antioxidants, you don't want too much R-lipoic acid or alpha-lipoic acid. You don't want too much vitamin E. And they did clinical trials on this. Too much C, too much E caused harm to people. It did not make them better. It made them worse. So this is clinically proven stuff. It's still crazy to me that doctors out there and the internet and everybody's like, yeah, oh my gosh, you're feeling under the weather, go take C, mega dose it. Not true. Don't do it. But when it comes to forming skin conditions, the number one thing it'll form is congested skin, acneic skin, eczema, Candida related conditions we've talked about. So you've got to get off the C. Anything else I want to talk about with C? I don't think so. We have a few minutes here, so let me do a quick review and remind you why people oftentimes take C. I should finish on that thought. A lot of times people take C because they're like, well, C's good for the skin. I take C because I want to make more collagen. Well, they actually did a study where they gave people extra C to see if it would increase collagen manufacturing and wound repair and things like that in the skin. And it turned out that it did not. It did not increase those activities. They also gave people alpha-ketoglutarate in excess to see if that increased collagen and elastin in the skin. Because if you didn't know, alpha-ketoglutarate and vitamin C have a similar process in your dermis. And when collagen is being made, both of them can be used to make amino acids stick together. And so one or both are being used at all times in your body. Turns out if you increase your C ingestion, That does not increase your collagen activation. They tested it. But if you increase your AKG ingestion, which is in our Regenerate, if you increase your AKG ingestion, then you do see an uptick in collagen and elastin manufacturing. This is huge news. It was not the only place AKG is being used. Remember, making your amino acids stick together makes proteins, it makes hormones, it makes it's involved in wound repair, in so many different areas of your health. This process called hydroxylation is important. And the fact that Regenerate accelerates it the way that it does is part of the reason why I think I'm going to get my patent, by the way. And it's amazing. So if you're really in love with C for skin reasons, you need to switch to Regenerate, because that is actually where the clinical trials support you'll get real results. And I tell people you should get visible changes in your skin when on Regenerate. It's designed to help the body repair its organs, and that's the main focus of the patent is organ repair. And I couldn't be more pleased with with the results for everybody on that particular supplement. Again, liver. It has grass-fed liver from Argentina. It's got AKG. It's got a series of a bunch of the most important amino acids for the skin, and not just the skin. Amino acids important for the brain. If you're worried about your brain staying healthy, that's one of the reasons I designed Regenerate. If you're worried about your kidneys and your kidneys are struggling, how do you know your kidneys are struggling? You get puffiness under your eyes. If you're getting puffiness under your eyes, your kidneys are struggling. If you have dark circles under your eyes, your kidneys are struggling. And so Regenerate is designed to target the kidneys. It's designed to target the thyroid. A lot of people have sluggish thyroid. And so we have amino acids that are designed with AKG. Of course, it's not just amino acids. You get amino acids in a lot of things, but amino acids in excess with AKG, it appears to be triggering some really exciting changes. Lungs. A lot of people have lung damage from a history of having COVID and chronic effects. Maybe they have asthma and they've been using an inhaler for a long time. Regenerate is an amazing protocol for lung health, for kidney health, for brain health, for thyroid health, and skin health. And that's not the end of the list, but I will stop there. And I probably should take a second just to remind you of where we do focus our attention when it comes to the wellness, because I'm telling you a lot what not to take, but here are some of the things that I'll finish with that you should take. Something that I'm formulating right now that is not launched, but you can get it out there today. Elemental iodine. I still believe people should take elemental iodine. I'm close to finishing that formula. I want to add one other thing to it. And that's not the iodine. You do not want to ever use salt. Avoid salt. You only want sea salt. You don't want Celtic salt, and you don't want table salt. You don't want iodized salt. And we should pass a law that says the only salt that is able to be used is sea salt. The best is probably Himalayan sea salt. But I've seen people get side effects from Celtic sea salt. So there's another one to stay away from. And so when it comes to elemental iodine, I recommend that every day. So it's just a different form. It's not the standard form that you get in your typical supplements. You have to look for it. Also called atomic iodine, elemental or atomic iodine. Okay, there's one. Another one that I'll tell you that I am recommending that I'm probably not putting in a supplement, and it's kind of an interesting one, and that is PABA, para-aminobenzoic acid, PABA. I got an intuitive hit not too long ago that my eyebrows were getting lighter than my hair color. It seems to be in my genetics. My dad had it, and it would drive me a bit nuts because they would kind of go blonde on me. And I even resorted occasionally to using dye to darken them. And so I got an intuitive hit. The PABA is actually deficient, and part of the reason that I'm getting that. And I'm here today to tell you this color in my eyebrows is from staying on PABA. So I have recommended to people who are losing some of the color in their hair to go to PABA, and I believe it's like, I don't know, I take 1 capsule a day. I think I take the Now brand. I think it's 100 milligrams, but I'm not totally sure on the milligrams. And it took a while, it took a few months on it. And but I'm solely convinced that it was the reason, because my eyebrows were just getting more blonde as I got older, and now they're really getting dark. And it took like 4 months, to be honest. So if you're going gray, I mean, some of that is genetic, some of that's related to how much toxic exposure you've had. But if you're not necessarily going gray, but you're going blonde, PABA may be the way to go. And for some people, I muscle tested the gray. This actually would help their gray. So it's worth considering. It's a cheap supplement. It doesn't harm the gut. What do you know? So there's another one I recommend. I recommend omegas. Now, you want to have the full complement of omegas. So you're looking at also finding something that has omega-7. A lot of people do fish oil that doesn't have omega-7. It has more mercury exposure in it. I don't recommend fish oil, although it's not going to cause any gut problems. You just might get some mercury accumulation. Listen, the best form of omega, and it's so funny when I tell people sea buckthorn and they're like, well, how much omega do you put in it? I'm like, it has it in it naturally. Sea buckthorn is packed full of omegas. It's an amazing supplement for you. We're actually coming out with our gel cap version, probably at the time that this podcast launches, or hopefully a week or two earlier. But if you don't like the taste of oil, you can take the gel caps. Now, in order to take a daily dose, it's 14 gel caps to get your gut better. Okay, remember, it's a prebiotic in the 14 gel cap strategy. To take it every day and get the adequate amount of omegas and the maintenance of gut health, I recommend 5 gel caps a day. I know some people take their omegas and they take 2 or 3 or 1 even of their gel cap. It's not enough. Omegas are amazing. Now, some people are like, wait, what about omega-6? Isn't there a problem? Aren't we getting too much omega-6 in our diet? Aren't they linking that to inflammation? It's a longer story, but the bottom line is inflammation is not harm to the body. Inflammation is repair. So if you're measuring repair activity, it's markers that the scientific world has identified as inflammatory markers, but what's actually going on in the body is a repair. And so when you see omega-6 related to inflammatory markers, you're actually seeing omega-6 related to repair markers. I know, there's a lot of misinformation out there. What's the proof? The proof is the balanced presentations of omega-3 and 6 and sea buckthorn is clinically proven in several studies of sea buckthorn to be really good for your health. That should tell you something. Trust me, you just have to trust me. Let me prove to you through my own interaction with you personally, through you getting the products through my professionals. Please go to our online site and check in esthetician near me, find a professional that can help you with our supplements. So omegas should be part of your daily supplement. My opinion, it should be through sea buckthorn oil. Macadamia nut oil also has a lot of benefits, so we include some of that in that formula. That formula is amazing. Recovery is just a fan favorite, but for some people, they just can't swallow oil. It's hard for them. So the gel cap version is finally coming out, man. Oh, that you can't even know the drama behind that one. Okay, so that's high on the list. Believe it or not, multivitamin, multimineral, not high on my list, but if you really wanted to take a multivitamin, our Elevate fits that bill really well. And it includes things like pyruvate, which is so good for your body. There's a book written on pyruvate you can find out there, I think on Amazon, that will tell you all the amazing things it does. But one of the things it does is it helps lower triglycerides and cholesterol. It helps build ATP in the body. ATP is the second most important substance in your body. You can Google that as well. Adenosine triphosphate, probably second next to oxygen. So Elevate's amazing for that. I would take Elevate as your multivitamin every day. It's so good for your energy, your cognition, your mood, your libido, because I put ingredients in there that help libido. The whole idea here is to kind of address your daily needs. I think the main reason people take it is probably energy. The second main reason is for fat burning. But honestly, it's so good for everything because ATP is what your body uses to make hormones. I've had people get on Elevate and come out of menopause because they apparently had a shortage of ATP, and this brought it up. So amazing things can happen. So that's, to me, your multi. You don't otherwise need a multi. What other categories I think are important? Listen, I'm convinced that you want to get superfoods in your body at all times. So, liver extract is one of the greatest food sources for nutrients you're going to find. And so I'm a big believer in taking Regenerate every day. It has all those amino acids. It really is your alternative to a protein supplement. Although I'm still playing around with coming out with my own protein supplement. Because so many people want to get extra in their diet. So I do believe in Regenerate because of the AKG, because of the amino acids, because of the liver extract, because of what that combination does. I believe that should be a daily use product. Skin clarifier to remove mucus. Listen, if you like dairy at all, you're going to build up in mucus over time, and every once in a while, you need to melt the mucus out of your system. That's what skin clarifier is designed to do. So that's not a daily for most people. Some people, they can't ever quite clear their mucus. I don't know always why that is. Some people can be on skin clarifier like 2 to 4 caps a day, and it keeps their mucus away so their allergies get better, or it keeps their mucus away so their skin stays clear. But yeah, that could be done there. I think everyone needs to be on Skin Defense every day. So you say, what is Skin Defense? Skin Defense is it's got the binders for estrogenic poisons, toxins, pesticides. We're all getting exposed to pesticides. Food preservatives. We're all getting exposed to food preservatives. Chlorine, heavy metals. So binding and removing those is an essential part of your daily health, because you're getting all of those in your daily exposure unless you're living somewhere remote or have some way of eating the most pure foods. And trust me, I'm meeting these people through emails. I'm like, wow, you eat so clean. I don't do that. But I take 3 a day because I eat out a lot. But you can take 2 a day if you don't eat out a lot. And it's a great maintenance strategy. But a lot of people just need it for 3 a day for several months to get rid of what they've built up over time. Because remember, we've been exposed to these poisons since we were 0. So they're building up in our system. So I take that every day. I recommend everyone should take that every day. And I'm going to do another video soon on elixirs, because obviously I didn't talk at all about the elixirs today. But as far as other supplements, when it comes to capsule form, I take digestive support with meals. Even though I think my microbiome's good because of recovery, I'm not careful about combining protein, carbohydrates, and fat. And your body could always use the help. And so I found that helpful to me. And I do find that I will get redness on the sides of my nose, which is a sign of acid reflux, or on the tip of my nose, if I don't take a digestive enzyme and I eat a big heavy meal. Any other supplements I recommend regularly? No. You get your prebiotic, you get your detox, you get your nutrient dense. Oh, by the way, Regenerate has your full complement of vitamin D. Everybody should be on vitamin D. Even me, living a lot in sunny places like Puerto Rico, I still think vitamin D, it's hard to be out in the sun enough to get that vitamin D. Now, I will tell you, the vitamin D you get from sun exposure is better, but supplementing vitamin D and Regenerate, a great idea. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. I'm trying to think now just about all the supplements people take and where there are some benefits. Obviously, some people take chlorella. I like chlorella as a supplement. I just don't think it's necessary for most people. Some people take a host of other different supplements that aren't harmful. Sometimes I find they're beneficial to them, and sometimes I'm like, you don't need it, but okay. It's hard to know those. It's hard to know. So, trust your intuition. I'm a big believer in that. But don't just, if you go to your naturopath, and he might be muscle testing, and maybe he's good at muscle testing, maybe he's not. But I see these people, and they come away from their alternative health practitioner, naturopath, and they've got 10 supplements, 10 different supplements going on, and a lot of it can be overkill. Remember, we have N-acetylcysteine and glutathione and skin defense. So you're getting those already in these. You look carefully at the ingredients in my formulas. I try to pack them with the appropriate quantities of the best ingredients. So there's a lot of individual supplements you might be taking where you might find it's already provided for you in a supplement designed to detox you, for example. So I will leave it there. I hope this was helpful to you. I think my next video I will cover elixirs because it's a broad category. It's hard to understand. But as you can see, what we're doing is different. This information is different. This is not what you're seeing online. This is not what you're hearing from your naturopath. They do not know about the connection of Candida in these supplements, the connection, how H. pylori is happening. Nobody else knows this right now. I'm trying to get the word out, but I'm just telling you, nobody else knows it. And yes, you can make the argument, well, how should I know if you know better than what they know? I really like that doctor. He seems to know what he's talking about. He's a very smart guy. All I can tell you is thousands of cases, personally reviewing them, seeing the trends, watching the skin mapping, seeing the face presentation that no one else is seeing. I personally believe that my faith in God and God, him, the Holy Spirit is providing intuitive help for me to guide me in making these choices. You don't have to believe that. I know that to be true. I can just tell you that that's a huge part of what drives me and motivates me every day to help people and give away free advice all the time. So yeah, I just encourage you to give consideration to what I'm saying. There's a lot of times where I have people in my forums where they are listening to my advice, but they're also listening to their other doctor's advice. And so they'll be 2 months into my stuff, 3 months into my stuff, and they'll be like, hey doc, it didn't work. And I'll be like, okay, let's go review. Starting by telling me, are you on any non-osmosis supplements right now? And 2/3 of the time, that's the case. 1/3 of the time, it could be something else. Like I didn't even tell you, and here's a bonus for those who stayed till the end. Diet Coke causes Candida. Diet soda causes Candida. It's crazy. Now, it may not increase Candida. It may make Candida angry and then it make that form of Candida, that epigenetic form, remember that story, to cause Candida-based conditions. Diet Coke is worse than sugar-based Coke. Now, is Coke good for you? No. And don't forget that, let me think of the ingredient. It's going to stay out of my brain. Hold on. Pretty much every soda has a DNA damaging ingredient that is not going to come to me. It's a preservative. Anyway, soda is generally bad. Remember, no fermented drinks, no kombucha, no alkalinized water using ionization. You don't want any water that's been zapped with electricity to make it alkaline. Bad for you. Natural alkaline water, good. I'll leave it there. That's a lot of information. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Ask Dr. Ben. Please leave a review if you can, and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts to get access to all of my upcoming episodes. My website is osmosisbeauty.com, and you can find me on Facebook at osmosisbeauty. And you can also follow me on Instagram at osmosis_beauty. Thanks for listening.